Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head football coach Joe Moorhead, brought to you each week by Bryan Heating and Cooling and the Akron Fairlawn Hilton Hotel. Well, if you were at InfoCision Stadium Saturday afternoon, you watched the Zips battle down to the final minute of the game before losing a tough one to Bowling Green 27-20. Right now, they're right back on the road Saturday afternoon, traveling up to Western Michigan in Kalamazoo to take on the Broncos. That'll be a 3:30 kickoff. Hey, before we look at highlights, I want to mention something I forgot to do last week and congratulate two former Zips that went into the University of Akron Hall of Fame this past weekend. How about Dwight Smith and Dominic Hickson, two guys that won Super Bowl rings, coming right from this University of Akron football program. Coach, congratulations to those two guys. They are two special players who played right here at the University of Akron.
Yeah, absolutely. Had the opportunity to coach Dominic, during my first stint here and win a championship with him and see him go on to the NFL and accomplish a lot of great things as a player. And now he's kind of moved on in some other endeavors, went down to his wedding. I mean, just a fantastic person, and they say great things happen to great people, and certainly Dominic and Dwight fall in that category.
We're going to talk recruiting maybe a little bit later, Coach, but it's always nice when you have recruits sitting in the stadium watching two Super Bowl guys get introduced, that they know they can go if they want to go from the University of Akron.
Yeah, absolutely. Dwight, Dominic, Jason Taylor, Charlie Fry, and you go on down the line there, and you can certainly achieve all your dreams here at Akron.
Let's get a quick comment from the game on Saturday, Coach, because I thought your football team maybe played their best football of the season in that second half, especially in that fourth quarter. You were behind all game. Your team didn't quit. They kept coming back all game long.
Yeah, we talked all week about, preparing well, giving maximum effort 100% of the time and executing, our scheme better than theirs and looking up in the fourth quarter and having a chance to win the game. And, we were right there and, unfortunately came up a couple plays short there at the end. Exactly.
Right now, let's go back to InfoCision Stadium Saturday afternoon. Homecoming, great atmosphere outside the stadium. Congratulations, everybody put that homecoming festivities together. Bowling Green wins the coin toss and defers. Falcons will kick off and begin the game. The Zip drive is going to start at the 25-yard line, Coach, and right away you get a big play from Jordan Simmons.
Yeah, a big point of emphasis, obviously, coming off of the terrible performance running the ball against Ohio U was to get the run game going, and it was good to kind of get that cranked up early and get the ball in our running back's hands.
Zips moving the football with a short passing game after a couple of first downs. Zips are going to fumble. That's a tough loss. Now you're going to punt it, and that is saved, and they're going to take it at the 4-yard line. Avery Book had some great punts all game long.
Yeah, another great day by Avery, aside from that one shank at the end of the second quarter, but pin 3 inside of the 10-yard line, and is having a really nice season.
Here's Ben Finley. I thought he ran the football really well. I think he goes for 33 yards down the Bowling Green 33. Now you're going to throw it out, and I thought that Zip offense, compared to what we saw at Ohio University, really played well.
Yeah, and when you're able to protect the passer and run the ball a little bit, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of the pass game, and to find that balance, helped us move the ball, fairly well throughout the course of the day.
Yeah, Bowling Green leads 7-3. You saw Garrison Smith with a 47-yard field goal. Then the Zip defense gets the Falcons 3 and out. And the Zip defense, I thought, played well at times, Coach, to give your offense a chance to move down the field.
Yeah, we did. Obviously, we knew it was a tall task to limit Fannin. Unfortunately, he ended up with, I think, 130 receiving and 30 rushing. But I thought we played good on first and second down. We limited explosive plays. Struggled a little bit on third and fourth down.
Here's a huge play. Fumble, Zips recover, and the long snapper, Liam Reardon, gets in there and gets on top of the football.
Yeah, great hustle. Guys were flying down there. Kid bobbled the ball, and good things happen when you run to the football, and we're able to score our first special teams touchdown of the year.
Yeah, watch it again. Tries to pick it up. Ball gets the end zone, and 1, 2, 3, 4 Zips trying to get to it. As we said, the long snapper, Liam Reardon, recovers it, and he gets the touchdown tire. It's always fun to watch that.
Absolutely.
Extra point is up and good, and suddenly the Zips are up on Bowling Green 10-7. They're going to see Jay Nunnally come in from that right side right there, Coach, and get that sack. He was active.
Yep, Bruno Dahl coming in. I think Bruno got this one, and then CJ.
Yeah, it was Bruno Dahl, yeah.
And you mentioned after the game that was our best job pressuring the passer and creating some negative plays and some sacks. I think That's an Adler sack right there. So the guys did a really good job rushing the passer yesterday, or on Saturday.
Those are back-to-back sacks. You got Bruno Dahl, the freshman, and Adler, the senior, combining on those 2 sacks.
Yeah, those guys did a real nice job.
Another good play offensively from ground level. Let's watch it again.
Jake Noel doing a great job with the run after the catch. I think he had 3 catches. Like I said, I think he's already doubled or tripled his output from last year. And then here's a sequence that really got, oh no, this isn't it.
Yeah, that is the punt prior to the one I think he shanked, and this is Bowling Green trying to get out of trouble again. They had the long field a lot after the Avery Book punts, and you can see the Zip defense swarming again.
Did a real nice job there, and with Stewart out, they played their backup tailback, and that was fortunate for us because he's a really good player. And I thought, for the most part, I think we limited. I think we were just under 4 yards per rush in rush defense. So I thought we did a good job on the things between the tackles.
You can see it. It's late in the first half, and the Zip's hanging right in there. Again, good defense by the middle of that Zip defense. Looked like that was number 10 coming in for the tackle. That is Antavius Fish.
Yeah, Brian and Antavius had
they did
productive days once again, making a bunch of tackles there. Flying all over the field, and should come out of the half. 10-10. We give the late touchdown, and go in down 1 score, but still definitely within striking distance.
Yeah, they went, I think, Bowling Green after the punt. They went 41 yards in 5 plays to take the lead. And halftime, Bowling Green leads at 17-10. Again, Coach, a big momentum shift right at the end of the first half. That's tough.
That was a bad sequence of complimentary football. So we had the ball with 1:54 seconds
Just
left.
need 1 first down.
Yeah, 3 and out, and we had 2 assignment busts on the first 2 plays. Weren't able to convert the 3rd down, 41-yard punt, shank punt, giving them the ball at the 41-yard line, and then they score on the run play, and we had 4 missed tackles there. So that was not, we seized the momentum, but for the second week in a row, didn't do a good job keeping it.
On that last possession that you had in the first half, Coach, I think it was 3rd down. I thought you had a great play call, and I thought Charles Kella maybe cuts inside instead of outside. You're going to get that first down.
Yeah, the first route was an option route, and we should have taken the corner. Second one, we had the inside zone that spit outside. Had a chance to block the corner there for a big run, and then we were in the crack screen, and he came in under the tackle, and it just became an awkward angle. So, yeah, definitely not what you want when you have an opportunity to drive and at least get a couple first downs, run the clock out, or punt them down so they have a long field to go.
Exactly. We're at halftime right now from the homecoming game against Bowling Green. The Zips are down 17-10. We're going to take a break, come back and watch second half highlights right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Dear Dr. Roque, thank you for being an amazing faculty member at the University of Akron. I have definitely become a better version of myself throughout my time at UA with your help.
Wow. Thank you. It's all about the students. They're more than just names on tests.
He has been really there for me. There are people that are there to help you understand, whether it's material in a class or it's just life advice.
Gotcha.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly with head football coach Joe Moorhead. We're at halftime of Saturday's homecoming game against Bowling Green. Zips right now, we're down 17-10. We're going to pick up highlights early in the second half. And the one thing of that second half, Coach, we only had 1 possession in the whole 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I believe they had a 16-play drive and one almost as long, which resulted in some points for them. So yeah, they did a good job converting 3rds down, staying on the field, and getting some points out of it.
They're going to throw out wide, and that young man that caught that pass was trouble all day long. The young man out of Canton McKinley.
Yeah, he's one of the top tight ends in the country, and I think he has a future playing on Sundays as well. But yeah, like I said, don't let the game wreckers wreck the game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we didn't. We allowed that young man to wreck the game.
Nice diving catch there by Adrian Norton. One more look as he comes across the middle, Coach, and caught it with his hands. Just a nice play.
Yeah, we want to keep him up, keep him running there. I'm not sure he had to dive, but a couple first downs, moved the sticks a little bit, and then we were able to pin him down there inside the 5.
Nice tip pass. That was caught by Israel Polk. Good concentration on that one to catch it.
Yeah, Polk and Granger, both had some nice catches throughout the day.
Bowling Green up 17-10. We're still in that third quarter with about 7.5 minutes to go. And another good punt by Book. And we almost get him down there, Coach. I think we had him right at the goal line. He squirted it away from us.
Yeah, and then on this second down play, we have him sacked. He almost steps out of the back of the end zone and throws the ball up like he was throwing it away. And, the kid caught it. That's just the kind of breaks we were having.
Brian McCoy with one of, I think he had 12 tackles in that game, again from ground level. And here comes the pursuit from both sides of the defense to drop him. Here's a nice play down the sidelines. Adrian Norton stays in bounds and cuts it inside and takes 3 Falcons to get him down.
Yeah, just a little RPO there, reading the end, then reading the corner. Did a nice job against a very good corner. Number 1's an excellent player, one of the top corners in the league. And I think Adrian had 3 for 78, had a nice day.
There's Bobby Golden right down the middle.
Yeah, a little spot and go against split safety. I'd like to see him keep a little more vertical there, and he probably scores, but gets us down to the 5. And then, as we mentioned, got our Taj package in there and run a little, counter lead RPO. They covered the pass. Good patience by Taj, good blocking up front, and he finds pay dirt.
I mentioned on the radio side, Coach, he made a nice move. He just kind of hesitated, picked a spot, and then accelerated.
Yeah, a lot of patience. Taj was our 3rd and short and our goal line quarterback for the game, and I wish we would have had more opportunities for him. But his role continued to be, important throughout the course of the year.
There you saw Bennett Adler and his friends, another with a good play, and now Akron has the football right back. You mentioned the amount of explosive plays you had in this game, more than you had any other game this year.
Yeah, we count explosives as 12-yard runs and 15-yard passes, and we had 13, which was actually 25% of our plays. Your goal is to be 16% or higher, and they started pressuring from the field, so we had to make some adjustments to go to some boundary side runs, and we're able to hit a couple there with Ben and with Jordan.
Then we had Jordan Simmons. We saw him run for 19. Now you see him run for 22. That drive's going to stall, and Garrison Smith's going to come in and kick a 38-yard field goal. And suddenly, Zips have battled back, and it's 20-20 with a long way to go.
Yeah, great feeling to have a kicker. When you pass a certain point on the field, you have confidence you can get 3. Unfortunately, they converted on that 4th and 2, and got the ball back with 2-minute drill with a chance to tie it up.
They got the football back, Coach. You needed a touchdown, an extra point to tie it up, and you go right down the field. And too bad you didn't have maybe an extra minute or two. I think you're going to take it in the end zone.
Yeah, we got down in there, 1st and goal or 1st and 10 at the 18. Had a chance to throw a flat route, and then obviously the in breaker that we threw to Noel, and he didn't get his eyes snapped around quick enough, and a great wheel route here to Simmons to get down in there, and got down to 4th down, and they made a good call on the blitz, and we couldn't get anyone open, and credit to Bowling Green, coached and played a better game than we did.
Final score 27-20. The Zips right now will head up to Western Michigan on Saturday. When we come back, we'll talk to the coach about some of the outstanding plays and players from Saturday's game against Bowling Green right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Come on over and check out what we're doing. Let's go! Here we go now.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. Segment through, you always talk to the coach about individual performances, some of the units that played well. Special teams again, coach, comes up, and boy, you did a great job of turning that completely around this year, and even got your snapper on the scoreboard. I'm proud of you. I'll tell you, you did a good job.
Yeah, they usually only hear their names when something
That's
goes
right.
bad, a snap over the head or blown protection. So another portal kid that Coach Matvico did a great job evaluating. He and Rhodes had a great battle for the starting job, and so when you don't hear the long snapper's name,
That's
it means
right.
he's doing a good job, and now an extra bonus for showing great hustle, covering, and scoring a touchdown.
Ben Finley, Akron quarterback, was 21 of 32 for 206 yards. Ran the ball really effectively, Coach. I'm not sure if put some special things in for him, but he really played well at Saturday, I thought.
Made some adjustments in the second half to some of their field pressures and going to boundary runs, and that was a point of emphasis to try to get the run game going when the defense has to defend the quarterback as well. That kind of thins it out a little bit. I thought we protected better. I thought he was more settled in the pocket. I thought we did a better job getting open, so that helped in the pass game. But certainly his ability to make plays with his feet, makes our offense tougher to defend.
Kind of reshuffled the offensive line again, Coach, and a young man we talked about just off the set. Delvin Morse, young kid out of Texas, is inserted in that offensive line, and he's a player.
Yeah, he guy that comes with great athleticism, physicality, and mentality. A little bit light. We got to continue to put some weight on him, but for his first start, he did a really nice job. Got overmatched a little bit sometimes in pass protection, but if we can have a guy play with that level of consistency at the left guard position, I think it benefits us for the rest of the year.
It was great to see back-to-back sacks by Akron's defensive ends. One, a senior, Bennett Adler from right up the road at St. Ignatius, and Bruno Dahl, who is a young man that played high school football in Mississippi, originally from Germany. Where'd you find him at, Coach? He's 6'7" and about 245.
Yeah, down at St. Stanislaus, down on the coast in Mississippi. Part of the program that brings guys over here and gives them an opportunity to play American football, and just saw a guy with a lot of length, a lot of growth potential, a lot of athletic ability. That was Coach Winston, who was here during that recruitment, who's at Minnesota now. But we knew he was going to be a bit developmental, but certainly a guy who's battled injuries the last 2 years, and it's good to see him get on the field and make some plays. Yeah,
I watched the sack, Coach. He completely ran over that blocker, just exploded into him and got to the quarterback. How good can he be? He's got the size you need. How good can he be?
Yeah, tons of upside. And, between CJ, Cam Cheatham hurt a little bit now. Kabosh Richards getting some time. Bennett and Bruno, we've got, pretty decent depth at the DM position right now.
Let's talk about Marcus Moore again, but it looks like he's now established himself as a starter right over the center. And he's a big kid out of nearby Massillon. And as you mentioned last week, he's really playing well now.
Yeah, Marcus has done a really nice job. Certainly between he, Lama, Kapongo, Dimitri Madden and Zy Brockington now getting some reps in there. But, Marcus is a guy who drives us as a leader with his work ethic during practice and then certainly his production during games.
Yeah, I've watched that Zip defense. You look for leaders on that defensive unit, and just with his body language and the way he plays, boy, Brian McCoy's got to be the leader out there. He had 12 tackles, but you can see how active he is and how he really gets in and encourages other players.
Yeah, team captain, so that says a lot about Brian. But, the biggest thing we're working on to improve with him is he's such a fiery and emotional leader. Yeah. We want him to play with emotion, but not become emotional. And some of the things that we've seen after the whistles here, we're getting Brian, because you'd rather say woe than sick him, but with Brian, he's a guy that certainly wears his emotions on his sleeve and plays with a ton of passion. But we got to make sure that we have it, directed in the right areas.
I wanted to touch on recruiting a bit, Coach, because I know you had a lot of high school kids on campus. We talked about those guys sitting there and watching Akron's two pro players get introduced, I think, in the first time out. Recruiting is tough right now, Coach, because you don't know what you're going to need. You're going to invest in young kids you may not get for a year or two. It's tough right now to recruit the new college football.
Yeah, it's a new era, a new landscape, and it's certainly very challenging, but you essentially set your needs by number based off of guys who have exhausted their eligibility. Yeah. And then you have to contingency plan a certain number for attrition through the portal or guys leaving for another reason. And then, then it's how many numbers do you need by position across the board with 85 scholarships divvied up 41, 41, and 3 between offense, defense, and special teams. And then you have at it. And we had two of our commitments. We can't mention them by name. We had two of our commitments here for official visits, and they really enjoyed their trip. So it was definitely a positive weekend from a recruiting standpoint.
Great. We'll talk more recruiting later on in the year. Right now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, as we mentioned, the Zips on the road. Another Mid-American Conference game against Western Michigan up at Kalamazoo. 3:30 kickoff up at Waldo Stadium. We'll come back and talk about the Broncos right after this.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
Here, let me show you how this works.
it takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Dear Dr. Kapler, you have shown over and over the immense love and passion that you have for developing not only great students, but more importantly, great humans.
That's beautiful.
I absolutely feel the same way, not only about you, but about all my students.
It's so rare that you're going to meet someone that says, hey, you as a person, I care about you and I love you. And she does that for so many students.
Do I get to hug him? Yeah.
Well, our scouting report brought to you each week by the Akron Fairlawn Hilton Hotel. This week, the Western Michigan Broncos take on the Zips up in Kalamazoo, as we mentioned, a 3:30 kickoff. Right now, the Broncos are 2-3. They're 1-0 in the Mid-American Conference. They came from behind Saturday to beat Ball State 45-42 in Muncie. They also have lost big games at Wisconsin. Ohio State beat Bethune-Cookman 59-31. It looks like, you've watched them on tape, looks like they can score points. Their offense is pretty strong.
Yeah, Coach Taylor's an excellent, up-and-coming young head coach. Had a bunch of experience at the NFL and major college level, and he's doing a nice job building the program. But yeah, as you mentioned, tough losses to Wisconsin and Ohio State. Played Wisconsin toe-to-toe.
They did.
Heading into the fourth quarter there, lost to a very talented, well-coached Marshall team, and then were able to get their first MAC win of the season against Ball State on Saturday.
You're going to face another big quarterback, Hayden Wolf, 6'5", 235 pounds. He was 26 for 29 for 264 yards, 3 TDs Saturday against Ball State. Seems like every week we're facing a pretty good quarterback, big guys that stand in the pocket and throw the football.
Yeah, quarterback league, and it's been for years, and Wolf's a portal kid that they got, I believe, from Old Dominion, if I'm not mistaken.
I think, yeah.
And he's done a really nice job orchestrating the offense for Coach Walt Bell, who's been in a bunch of places, Indiana, Maryland, and done a real nice job with their system. And it's hard to complete 26 of 29 on air. I mean, to do it in a game is really, really impressive.
They also got a running back out of the portal from Oklahoma State, Jaden Nixon. He's now run for 100 yards or more in 3 straight games. So it looks like they can pass it, they can run it.
Yeah, very balanced, strong and physical offensive line, good scheme. Pretty sure they have a transfer kid from Virginia Tech on the roster too, who they balance out the carries with. And yeah, they make you defend the length and width of the field, and it all starts up front.
They forced the Western Michigan defense forced 3 Ball State turnovers. I think 2 of those were in the fourth quarter. Western was down, and they came back and won that game, but their defense also gave up 397 yards in total offense to Ball State. 329 of that came in the air. So maybe there's things you can do in the passing game.
I hope so. We're getting into the game planning, yesterday and today. You look at them and they big, strong, physical front. A bunch of 300-pounders. Really do a nice job stopping the run and committing numbers to the box. But they also have good guys on the edge, who they feel comfortable, single covering. So that's always a challenge to find a way to run the ball when teams are committing numbers against the box, but at the same time having the ability to separate against one-on-one coverage on the perimeter.
Yeah, we haven't played Western Michigan for the past 2 seasons. Last time we played them, I think it was the 2021 season. I think you were on staff when we played up at Kalamazoo, so you're familiar with that trip and that stadium maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what we refer to in Akron folklore, but that was the game where they took the safety and kicked it off to us, and I believe Owens was the kid who lateraled it to Andre Jones, and we scored a touchdown on the very last play of the game up there.
Yes.
38-33, I believe, was the final.
That was a great win.
That was a heck of a win.
Coach, let's go get them up at Western Michigan. We'll talk to you next week. Best of luck. For the coach, my name is Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here next week with more Zips Weekly. And always remember, go Zips.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.